Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Footy Life. Today we're previewing Europa League final. We got Villareal versus Manchester United. Shanky, this is your team, Man U versus Villareal. We're very familiar with the coaches. Unai Emery used to coach at Arsenal, now Villareal. What do you think about this fixture? I'm going to start with you, Shanky.
Yeah, I think it's a great fixture. It just to talk about the English teams, just shows the dominance of English teams coming playing in the Europa League final as well. You've got two English teams in the Champions League finals, and then you've got one English team here. If Arsenal would have won the semi final, they could have been here. So the dominance of English football is here, and it's a great final for United. It's the second final in 3 to 4 years. A big chance to win it. Big chance to win. They are the heavy favorites there for sure. And yeah, I think the odds, everything are for United. Nothing's against them, but you can never be surprised about Villarreal. The coach for Villarreal, Unai Emery, is definitely like the specialist of winning with Sevilla. He won three out of the in the 4 years. He knows what's there to do. So it'll be an interesting final.
Yeah, I was looking up some stats here of the two teams, and every time these two teams have come up against each other, the matches have finished in a draw. Do you think this is going to live up to its potential, to the hype, or do you feel like it's going to be a stalemate? 0-0, take it to extra time, go into penalties.
Yeah, I think both teams are very tight. They're going to respect each other a lot. United, they definitely have the pressure to win.
Yeah.
Villarreal also wants to win. It is going to be a tight game. I'd say. I don't know if it's going to be a draw. Both teams to concede. Um, but I think it will not go into extra time. The advantage I see here for Villarreal is they have got their Pau Torres, the defender back. I don't know if many of our fans have heard about Pau Torres, but Pau Torres is a very good centre back, and he's going to go play in big club. He's currently on Real Madrid's radar as well, a couple of English clubs, and whereas on the other side, Maguire is injured and he's fighting for fitness. So that's a huge
Yeah.
boost for Villarreal for their center back and not for United.
Well, very solid points there. Ani, do you think Man U are favorites here, or are you leaning more towards Villarreal?
Well, I think United have to be favorites. I think the on paper at least, with the manager, perhaps I'm not sure. He hasn't won too much with United yet as a manager, as a player. Yes, he won quite a few trophies. They certainly have players in their squad that have won trophies as well. But going back to what Shanky said, Unai Emery, the master of the Europa League. Now, do you think though that he's the master of the Europa League because he always won it with Sevilla and he knew the group of players and he knew the tactics he had to use with those players to achieve success coming up against different clubs? Or do you think Villarreal are also going to buy into Unai Emery's strategy because he's gotten them here and they know that he's successful in this competition?
I think Unai Emery he's a very good. I think he's a very good cup coach. Knockout stages coach. The way they defeated Arsenal. Just score at home, go away, just hold, play tight. Against Sevilla, they've beaten multiple teams. They've actually Sevilla beat United as well 2 years ago when Unai Emery was there. I think. Uh, and not the players. You have Parejo, who's had a fantastic season in Villarreal. He came over from Valencia. You have Torres, you have Moreno, and Moreno's been scoring. Um, so I think it's the Unai Emery. He's a really good coach as in knockout stages.
I think Arsenal might have affected him when he was a manager there because this time I have to say Villarreal got lucky and I don't think actually deserved to be in this final. Um, Arsenal really, I think, got unlucky not being able to put one in the back of the net, hitting the post twice, but that's the way it goes, right? If you can't finish and score at the one end, then it's going to cost you at the other end, and it certainly did for Arsenal, who haven't been in great form all season anyways, as it is, but for some reason in the Europa League have were actually producing very well.
Yeah, definitely. Um, some great points there, Ronnie. I want to talk about Man U a little bit here. You guys both said they're favorites, right? On paper, this squad has a lot to offer, and should be too much for Villareal to handle. But which Man United side will we see here? Their season actually has, they have done quite well, but during some matches, they've dropped the ball. What do you guys think about this?
Well, let's look at it recently. Recent domestic games. Was it? I believe it was Leicester that came out and beat United quite convincingly too. But I have to give United credit for going out, recognizing Cavani on a free transfer. They've brought in a player who's going to be a key factor in this as well. He's got loads of experience on the big stage, not just for club but for country as well. So he is a tournament player as well, and this has been his competition in the knockout rounds. He's put loads of goals in the back of the net, and they'll be counting on him to do it again. And I think he will be the key player that makes the difference in this tie.
Yeah, talking about United, that's a good question, John. Which United side will show up? Like, they can be a completely lost United side, and second half they can turn up. Our last 3 games have gone bad for United. 1 point out of the possible 9 against Aston Villa. They beat Aston Villa and then losing to Leicester. Fair enough for B team. Drawing Fulham, and as well as also losing to Leicester, drawing Fulham and Liverpool. Losing to Liverpool with everybody. You just don't know what United team they have, and they've conceded 7 goals in the last 3 games, which is huge, because that's what it shows. Like, when you don't have Harry Maguire at the back, at front, you definitely need Cavani, as Oni mentioned, to score goals. Greenwood, but I hope United side, like, they're very good at away games. They're really good, and their away form's really good. So this game is away. Hopefully they win and they show up.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. I do see Cavani being a big key role here. I mean, gotta love that chip that he scored on the weekend, right? Who else do you guys think that is going to be, that's going to play a big factor in this United squad? Bruno Fernandes, key player for United all season. How do you think he's going to perform here?
Well, I think he'll do pretty well. I mean, he's used to the big games as well. Yes, you could say it's his first big final with United since he's moved there, and I think he'll handle the pressure well. He's always quite calm in big games and produces as well. He's always very influential, runs the game, and look for him to link up with Cavani.
Yeah, talk about United here. On Bruno Fernandes, for sure, he's been hungry for goals, so his link ups with Cavani is great. He will be influential. To me, I also think Scott McTominay. You need that holding position. He and Fred, they've had a fantastic season. Both of them also did also get limped off in the last game. So hopefully they're back. If not one, at least one of them is back, because McTominay, to me, he really is the engine of the field, and Fred up and down, holding that position in front of the defense. I think those guys will be key, just for maturity, as well as experience. But you have these youngsters, Greenwood, Rashford, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on them.
So where does this leave Danny Van der Beek? Is he going to play?
Donny's my favorite person, to be honest. Like, I feel so bad for him. He's got into this team and he's not getting minutes, and he deserves to get minutes. But, like, who do you bench, right? Pogba, so creative, so influential. I don't know, to be honest, what happens with the injury of McTominay and Fred, if they're back or not, because you also have Matic, who's also played huge games, who's also really good, and Van der Beek. So it's interesting to see what ends up happening.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel bad for him as well. Like, we all saw his quality back when he played at Ajax, right? It's too bad he's not getting that game time here. So let's go to your predictions. where do you guys see this match going? Who do you see winning? Obviously, as both stated, United are favorites here. But I just want to see, what's the score line that you guys are predicting here? I'll start with you, Ani.
All right. Well, I think comfortable win for United. I think 2-0 for them. I don't think Villareal going to get on the score sheet here. And I'll give you a reason for each team. I think, as I mentioned earlier, United, I think the Bruno Fernandes Cavani connection is going to be too strong for Villareal to cope with. And I think Cavani will be a key player in both goals. Probably score one and then take some players out of the play for a second or something. But I also think that Villareal aren't going to remain disciplined. In their last 7 matches, they've had 4 red cards. And in one of those games, it was 2 red cards. And it's not like it's a 90th minute red card at the end of the game. Doesn't matter. Game's over. These are cards that happen in the first half, early second half, and really impact the game. And I just think United are going to outplay them on the ball. And I think Villarreal are going to dive in and get themselves in card trouble.
Especially United are very good in conceding penalties, right?
Brutal.
There's a good connection on the midfield. Talk about some players, Fernandes and Cavani, and on the Villarreal side, I would say, Parejo and Moreno. Moreno scored 23 times, 6 assists. He's been in fantastic form on the left, and Parejo in the midfield. There is gaps in United. Especially on the right back with Van Bissaka. You saw against Fulham. You saw against Leicester. Like Van Bissaka tends to go up, and there's always that gap coming from the right side, and Villarreal is going to exploit that gap for sure. To me, I think United will win 3-1. It's going to go 2-1, and United will score in the end just to call off the game. But there's been a fixture boost given to Villarreal. Villarreal's game's been moved 24 hours ahead on Saturday, so players can be rested for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for 3 days, whereas United plays on Sunday against Wolves. Not a big game for United. Villarreal has a big game against Madrid to go 5th, I think. So if they win, they go 5th in the La Liga. A huge game against Madrid, and Madrid is probably fighting for the title.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up. Actually, I was reading an article earlier that Emery was stating that he wants the players, not to be fully focused on the Madrid match because they know they can go into the final, to actually win a cup, right? Whereas right now they're just a little above mid-table, and they have an opportunity for a cup here. So yeah, I found that quite interesting. Anyways, my prediction.
But sorry, just to come back, if Villarreal doesn't win, they do not make the Euros, because Betis is in front, right? So they have to have a draw or win to make it to Euros next year.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting. That's why I just found it quite interesting that he said that, right? So I agree with you guys. United's going to take this. Just the players that they have. And if United show up, I feel like it's going to be a 2-1 victory over here, over Villarreal. I do see Villarreal getting on the scoreboard, it's a final, right? They're going to go all out, try and score. I see the goal, if they do score, probably coming from a set piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I see that too. Honestly, at the back, Maguire, he's not there, and I don't know if he's going to make it. You have Bai, who's got 56% winning rate, and then you've got Alex Tanuzeb, who's got 66% winning rate. And who do you put for Lindelof? Do you put Bai, who's good but who's coming back from injury, who hasn't played a game, or you put Tanuzeb, who's played last 3 but they've been scoring? It's a race for Maguire to be fit. It's so important.
Right. Okay. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited for this match. Anything else to add, guys?
No, I think we'll have a good discussion about the matches when they're over.
Definitely. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys after the games for our thoughts and analysis. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Anything you guys want to see or us talk about, leave it in the comments below. Have a good day.